Alrighty, folks, we are back with more Dragon Age goodness. I just realised I don't have a question up, so give me 2 seconds. So, yes, welcome in everyone. We are back to do more Dragon Age nonsense. And we will find a question quickly to ask everyone. Okay. Sure.
Uh-oh.
Guess why not?
Yeah. Go on.
So who are you? What are you playing? And to celebrate today, which is National Bubblehead Day.
Okay.
What is your favorite piece of video game tat that's going to come with a box set or something? Starting with Eden.
With me?
Yes.
Hello, I'm Eden. My character's Wraith, Tevinter Mage, Mortician, quite often a lawyer, keeper of bread, much of it stale. And favourite video game tat? Give me a second, because I have a whole table full of video game tat.
Oh, what?
Show and tell, show and tell.
Ideally, speaking of bobbleheads,
It's a Fallout thing, isn't it?
I have a Fallout 3 lunchbox.
Ooh.
That is cool.
With the exact design that's in the game. And inside of it is like a little art book. That's not very exciting. Oh dear.
I disagree.
He's escaped from his little project. That's not supposed to happen. 1 second.
That's hopefully not broken anything on this. There we
Little
go.
Fallout bobblehead guy. So yeah, that's my favourite bit of video game tat.
Yes. All right. Tom.
I might have to turn my camera off. My laptop is getting unhappy. Don't you look at me like that, all right? Don't you look at me like that.
Tom, you really need to invest in a new laptop.
You really do, man.
All
You
right?
really do.
It works.
Preferably before it
One
explodes and
day,
we don't hear from you.
Yeah, one day we're just going to hear, the laptop caught fire today, and then we're going
It doesn't
to...
work well, but it works, and I hate throwing away things that work, even if they don't work well. You should see the state of my shoes.
Yes, I am also this person. However, technology
Technology does need updated.
You can update your technology and still use your old technology.
I know.
In fact, you could probably would help your old technology to give it a break.
Possibly, yes. Anyway, my favourite piece of video game tat. Oh wait, hang on. Hi, I'm Tom. I play currently playing as William Appal, although God knows how long he'll last. He's a ex-town guard. He's a bit of a Courage the Cowardly Dog. But you know, he does have a halberd which he uses. So, you know, maybe he's not that cowardly. Anyway, favorite piece of video game tat?
Yes.
I don't know. I haven't really thought about it. I had a Skyrim Imperial like pendant at one point that I wore when I was really into Skyrim. I have no idea where it is now though. Long gone into the mists of time. But yeah, that's what I would have.
Alright. And then finally we have Amy.
Hello, I'm Amy. I play Ruth Yosef, our very grumpy Dalish elf healer. I have quite a few things. It's very difficult to say what thing is my favourite, though. Desperately trying to see them all, but I'm just going to pick the first thing that I can see. So I have, it's not really game related, but it is comic book related. I have a little duck Deadpool, which I absolutely adore. That sits on my little shelf. I have a few little Deadpool little statues, but the duck one is the cutest one.
Fair enough. And so only now, half an hour after meant to have started, what happened last week?
Was that the one where we found ourselves in the weird dimension?
Well, we were in the Fade,
you were in the Fade.
And we got God, what's his name? I can't remember the guy's name, but he was trying to basically use us to like collect on a debt from his master, who wanted us to take a deal, and we would have to spend time counting coins.
Yeah.
And we were all like, no, none of us really want this deal. We
Did he
did
get lightninged or something by his boss?
yeah, we got let go.
We got let go. I don't think he had a very good time though.
No. I think he got. Did we leave him behind? I can't remember. We
Pretty
did.
sure we did.
Yeah, I can't quite remember. We did briefly think about leaving Robin there.
We did
But-
consider it, yeah.
We did consider it.
I don't
But
think
then
we did in the end, though.
no, we didn't. We didn't think it was a
Yes,
good idea because Robin would make horrible deals.
Plus, his
that really our
bloodline
problem,
might
though?
be related to ongoing stuff, so
Yes.
maybe there's an angle there. We don't want to lose that.
Yeah, we don't want to lose the heir of the throne of Ferelden as well. Yeah. So, I think we came out of the dream,
Mm-hmm.
out of Fade.
did. You came out
I
of
don't
the
remember.
Fade, and Manny was telling you what a wonderful dream he had. And you found yourselves travelling along the very old remnants of the Imperial Highway.
Yes, that was it. And we were heading south, I think.
No, you're heading north.
Oh, we were heading north. Okay. So we're heading towards the coast then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We're still in Ferelden though.
Yes, we are still in Ferelden, unfortunately.
Sad.
So as you all rest, Manny sort of continues to trundle along the. Actually, before I say, we'll continue from there. So as you continue along, as you continue to rest the rest of the day, the sky is growing darker and darker. And as the evening begins to set in, you hear a sort of call, I guess, from Manny. And as you look out the side of the cart, you see a massive blockade blocking the road in front of you, with a small winding road leading down to what looks like a coastal village. What do you want to do?
I mean, it makes sense there'd be a blockade. This is, Ferelden.
We've seen a few.
Yeah.
Are there people manning this? Is this logs? Is it what kind of blockade is it? Is it like put together, or is this?
It looks like it's a massive blockade made with literally furniture, random bits of furniture from houses.
and nobody around.
No one around.
Do we sense any darkspawn?
You sense darkspawn all around, but that's been the same since you came into Ferelden.
Okay.
So no
Underground.
more intensely, no sense of like anything direct like over there kind of thing.
No, well, the direction you're going, you sense a massive field of darkspawn, but that's probably because that's into the sort of main part of Ferelden.
Wonderful.
Okay.
Well, I suppose there's nothing for it. We're gonna have to clear another blockade. I'd start lugging this furniture down.
Ruth's just gonna look down the road to the village. I'm assuming it's a village, is it?
Mhm.
A little seaside.
It's a little, small little like village. You see drag marks coming up the road from the village. It looks like a lot of the furniture must have came from there.
Hmm.
That's slightly worrisome.
Well,
Strange that they wouldn't like barricade the road to their village, but they'd barricade the road away from their village.
from where we can see, is there a second route out of the village, or is this the one route down to this
No,
place?
It's the one route down to the village.
Okay. So they have blocked themselves in,
Oh, okay.
which is, I guess, a precaution.
It's like the road from there comes up, and as it comes to sort of join this main road, about maybe 2-3 meters further down the road, it's this massive blockade.
Hmm.
Well, yep, Wraith is going to hop down then and start getting bits from the edge, I guess, trying to make enough space for the cart to come out.
Yeah. Ruth will get down and help.
Okay. So you
I'll
start.
keep watch very bravely.
You start. You start dismantling the barricade. Everything seems to be like tied very tightly together. But you can, you know, you've got bladed things. You can just sort of work your way to removing stuff. So as you start sort of slowly dismantling it, you hear. You see a sort of figure walking from the village up towards you.
I would like to shout that out.
Alright, are you shouting to the man, or are you shouting to everyone else?
I'll shout. I'll shout loudly enough that we can all hear, and I'll shout something like, I'll shout at. I'll be shouting at the man, but loudly enough that we're all like aware of it. You know.
Okay.
I'll say something like, "Halt! State your business."
The figure sort of looks up and he just tilts his head slightly. And he just carries on walking towards you, and he gets close. He pulls his hood back, and he has like very patchy dark hair, and his eyes look quite sunken, and he looks exhausted. And he sort of looks you all over once and goes, "Who are you? Where are you from?"
I would like to roll a. I'm assuming it's a medicine check to see if they are a ghoul.
Mm-hmm.
I have my hands full with a cat. Excuse me.
Oh, Mr. Katz.
Oh, cats.
Would this be an Arcana check? Int check, yeah.
Probably an int check, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. 23.
Yes, he is definitely a ghoul.
Oh,
That's a bit worrying.
yeah. Consider who is he closest to?
He's sort of standing at the top of the stairs,
You
looking all like the two. You and Wraith, I imagine, are both standing by this barricade, and Manny is standing, sort of sitting on the cart as ever, and I imagine William is leaning out of the cart.
Yeah. Getting a good vantage point.
William needs to be careful because he's not a warden, so don't get too close.
I've got no idea what's going on.
Yes.
Yes, I suppose Wraith will see Ruth eyeing this guy with a kind of, I don't know how to describe what the look would be, I guess. I don't know. Skepticism?
Yeah, it'd be quite suspicious because people are really, like, they can be, it's like zombie. It's like becoming a zombie almost. It's like they're fine until they properly cop it. And then they kind of turn into like mindless kind of mindless then. But Ruth's kind of looking like sorry for him, but it's like better to put this poor person out of his misery.
Okay. Wraith clocks that and then looks at him and kind of sees the reason why you were pulling that face. Oh, we should definitely let. Anyway, he holds his hand up and waves towards William, sort of like, keep back. Keep back, William. Don't get anywhere near this one. You're not equipped. I'm very sorry to tell you.
The man just sort of looks over to you and goes, "What's your problem, man? I just asked who you were, where you're from."
Gonna look at Ruth. Viable? Do you think? Should we just?
We could question him a little to find out what's going around, and then I think we should probably just be honest with him.
We'll see what happens then.
Yes, but friend, you look a little ill. Might I ask how is the whole village like you?
He turns to look. He sort of looks behind you at the massive barricade, and he just goes, "They built that to slow them. It made no difference."
And how many of you are still walking around?
He just seems to sort of his vision. He seems to be like staring into space, and then he seems to sort of come back and go, "Yeah, you're. Is it just the four of you?"
Yes,
This
yes.
guy
We
is
were.
what we would call suspicious character.
To say the least.
Yeah.
Shall we just play our cards? Do we show him the mark?
He's going to die anyway. I don't see why we should lie to him.
Let's impose some authority then. And Wraith holds up his arm and goes, "In the name of the Grey Wardens, we demand information and your compliance."
He just sort of looks at you and blinks and goes, "I thought you were all dead."
No, not all of us. And then he looks behind on the road and goes, "Some, quite a few, but not all."
The king's dead, man. That's all that matters. We're all dead. And he just looks at over the cart again and goes, "On your way." And he just turns around, puts his head up, and starts walking back down the hill.
Do we let him know? Actually, do I know? Do I know? I don't know if my character knows
About what?
about Robin.
No, he probably
Not
doesn't.
really, no. I wouldn't have thought.
It's maybe a good idea that he doesn't know, to be fair.
Yeah.
Your character's the kind where he might be like quietly a bit of a royalist and like
Yeah.
maybe really interested in this kind of stuff potentially.
I don't know how you'd probably be like swear fealty to Robin as well and not listen to a word we'd asked him.
Probably.
That's not what Robin's king. He's not king. Pharrell. He's an idiot. Yes.
There is no king without a kingdom.
He's not a king. He's a fool. Oh.
Dear.
Well, back
Not
in the
right
moment,
now, anyway.
Yeah.
Not right now, anyway. We can tell him about the darkspawn and the dangers. So we should
I think
probably.
you've definitely done that already.
Oh, have we? Yeah, I
It's
think
the kind of thing that we would say on travel, I
Yeah.
think, like conversation, chit chat. Why are we doing what we're doing?
Yeah, how we can sense them and are kind of inoculated, but William's not. Yeah.
What little we know, ultimately.
Yeah.
It's not
What
like we've
little
got
we
our
know.
training.
We're fresh recruits who know no secrets.
You've got like a month or so of experience. It's probably more than most of them.
I think canonically Alistair is supposed to have had at least 6 months before you join in game. I think that's
Yeah.
that's it. Yeah, he's because he tells in dialogue, he tells you about a drinking competition that he had with a group of them at a fortress or like a safe house, a warden safe house or something, and he tells you that he had a drinking competition and he doesn't remember half the night.
Lol.
But yeah, he's supposed to be 6 months into it and he doesn't know anything.
I mean, I also imagine in the current situation that they're in, that there's
Probably even less. Yeah.
even less sort of general knowledge because, well, it takes when there's an actual war going on, you lose a lot of experienced people much faster than you do in peacetime, even if it's an uneasy peace.
This makes me miss Anna so much.
Anna would know a lot. Anna probably had at least a couple of years under her belt, surely. Or at least acted like it anyway.
Yeah, so I'll
Are we
sit
letting
down
this guy
with...
get away?
Yeah.
Sorry to interject.
I think we probably let him go and just carry on, because...
Listen, if you try and annihilate every ghoul in Ferelden, you're going to be here a long time.
Yeah.
Well, that leaves us with a choice then, because either we're going forward and following him through the barricade into the town.
Oh,
And we
sorry,
know that
the barricade is like the road is in front of the barricade.
So in front of it.
Yeah. As in, like the road to the if you come up to the barricade's in front of you, but the road is literally just to the left, right in front of the barricade.
So we can just go
So
around it.
Yeah, you can go down to the village, but if you try and go up to the barricade seems to be kind of semicircle shaped towards the road.
Hmm.
You can move around it, but there's no. It would be quite difficult for the cart to go around it.
Oh, okay.
Well, do we just continue unblocking it then? And if he comes back, then we deal with that?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think they're already there. If he's already a ghoul, it's not going to matter having a barricade, because they're already dead.
He's just going to walk around it anyway.
Yeah, he's just going to walk around it anyway. But we need the cart, so let's just keep dismantling it and getting through.
Okay. As you continue dismantling, about 5-10 minutes later, you suddenly start hearing a very loud bell start ringing.
What, like a church bell?
Yep. And as you look down towards the coastal village, you notice that the bell there is ringing. It's
That is a little bit worrying.
it's very loud and resonates around in the sort of otherwise silence you're around.
Yeah, we need to like. Oh, well, they've probably already heard it, to be honest.
Hmm.
I think we just like hastily get going.
Do we go back the way, or do we push on?
Well, which way? I'm trying to think of where we need to go at this point.
Well, if it's a seaside town, so there's a chance of a boat.
Mm-hmm.
So that was what I thought we were. Yeah, it's not landlocked. Ferelden's not landlocked.
Yeah, but it's Ferelden. If there was a boat, it's probably long gone. Right?
There's no telling, really. I mean, if something was stored correctly, it doesn't necessarily mean that every building would have been burned down or anything like that.
Yeah, I mean it
Ravaged
doesn't.
to that point.
I guess. Yeah, I suppose.
I mean, we could have it. I mean, we could just like do a sweep to see if there is something. There could be like a shipyard.
Well, if we're looking out down over this place, can we see enough to see if there's any signs of like where the dock is in particular, or any storehouses near the docks that might be hopeful looking?
You glance down. There doesn't seem to be much more than a couple of houses, a chapel, and like a sort of large. For the village, is quite a large dock-like area. It looks like it was a fishing town, but there doesn't seem to be any boats you can see.
Well, if we were to go down there and get a boat, then that's leaving the cart behind anyway. So at this point, do we need to gather everything and make our way down there, or do we scout ahead first and then come back, leaving Manny with the cart?
I don't really want to leave the cart unattended because it is a fast way of getting out of Dodge, and I don't really want to leave Manny on his own with Rob.
I mean, ostensibly, Juniper, I suppose, is there in cat horse form.
She'll have assumed it for her speedy escape. So
Can't lean on that too much.
Yeah, no.
How long would it take us to get enough of this barricade away to get the cart through?
With how many threading ropes and stuff there are through it, probably in a couple of hours for the cart.
Jeez.
If we were to escalate the situation, given the bell's already ringing, do you reckon would a fireball or two potentially be enough to like move some of this at the same time as burn it, or would it simply set fire to it?
You asking me? You asking Ruth?
I mean, it's kind of a question for you, but at the same time,
Game mechanic wise, you could use a stone fist to blast it, which is kind of like just a fist of stones that punches through things.
none of us have that.
And neither of us have that, unfortunately. I mean, you could use your thorned roots to break it apart. That could be another way.
Wouldn't that just hold it more firmly together? Bearing in mind I am a town guard, and also I've never played any of the Dragon Age games.
Well, if it's furniture, I could imagine the roots would just crush the furniture, and you could pull it apart. The roots could pull apart.
Yeah, I mean, if that level of manipulation is possible, then it would be like I would do thorned roots and then pull them apart, so to speak, and like make a little valley for the car to travel through. Is that a viable?
I could assist you in that. I could like do oh god, was it spell boost, kind of like extra mana. There's like regeneration spells that healers use to like help. So Ruth could do that, if that's possible, Monsieur DM.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, let's try that.
Cool, go for that.
Let's see what the dice say.
So what exactly are you doing as you cast your spell?
So Ruth is channeling regeneration energy to boost Wraith's spells, and that is a 20 from me.
Okay.
From us.
And what's Wraith doing?
And an 18 from me, and that's to pull all of the furniture, kind of like, as I said, create a little two sets of thorned roots, let's say, that's one's pulling one way, one's pulling the other.
Okay.
Parting of the sea.
You basically cast one on either side, and you basically pull. It splinters and the barricade falls forwards, crashing on the ground. So
Nice.
It's now clear enough you can see over it, but it's probably going to be the most difficult thing to traverse on the cart. I mean, you could spend another 5-10 minutes pulling all to one side.
Yeah, I think we'll like shovel what we can out the way
as fast as we can.
Yeah.
Okay. As you start pulling to one side, you hear a distant rumble.
I'm going to look up and say, did you hear that?
Yes, we all heard that.
Yes.
Is it in any specific direction?
It's
or...
coming from the road in front of you.
It's coming from the road in front of us.
There's.
Can we feel the ground shaking, or is it just the noise?
You can feel the ground shaking. The bell has been ringing this whole 5-10 minutes you've been doing this.
I kind of feel that we should kind of like get into the ditch, abandon the car in the road, and make it look like it's like, and then just hide.
I don't have any better ideas, because I know if this is a stampede of villagers, then that's a lot of people to deal with.
Yeah.
All right, jump in the bushes, quick!
Yeah.
Stampede!
Do we I'm gonna pull an unconscious Robin along with us, just hide us all.
Okay, what are you doing with the undead horse And cat horse?
Shall we loose it and just let it go? And I mean, it's still. I don't know if it's tied to me necessarily having brought it back.
I think
but
it'll be fine. I think if we like let it, like unhook it from the cart, he'll be fine. That'll be fine. Cat horse, I would imagine can.
Oh, Juniper can just disappear into the shadows somewhere.
Yeah, she can just sneak into the shadows. She can just like hide in a tree. She's good at
Okay.
that.
Eating eggs in a bird's nest somewhere.
Yeah.
Gee,
Okay. So you
I
all
don't know if we saw any. I don't think we've seen any birds except the crows.
jump into bushes, dragging Robin and other such things with you. You let the undead horse go. As you're staring out from these bushes, you just see in the distance this wave, quite a large dust cloud. And over the course of like 5-10 minutes, this massive wave of darkspawn just appearing, charging,
Oh.
wielding quite an array of weapons towards this village.
towards the village.
Towards the village.
That's
not
fine.
towards us.
No, not towards you. Towards the village. Well, they're going along the road, but are like, when it gets nearer towards where you are, they go sort of just immediately off the road towards the village.
That's fine. That's fine. As
Is it
as it is, because as soon as they pass, we can hook everybody back on and yeet it down the road.
How many of these? When you say a wave, we're talking like actually
couple
like
of thousand.
hundreds,
Couple of
couple of
thousand.
thousand.
They've nothing else. They have nothing else to do.
We're going to have gone deep into those bushes to make sure that nobody's seen us.
We're like Ruth's like holding on to Wraith, like cast the roots above us, hide us. Like
It just does like a
pulling-
little dome, Groot style kind of thing.
it's like we are hiding.
Okay. You basically watch the dark spots that arrive in the village, and you see the man in the hood walk up and just point at the cart. You see a couple of them go around the cart, like kick it and stuff, and a couple of them go inside and look around. After 3 or 4 minutes, they all come back down. The man in the hood just shrugs, and the rest of them sort of like go back, and you see quite a large darkspawn with a very large, rusty-looking club walk forward, and you just hear the voice just go, "Look, man, they were there. That's why we rang the bell. You told us." "I do not appreciate this kind of folly." "Yeah, well, man, what do you want me to do?" "You have been warned about false calls before." "Hey, man, there were boats before. It's nothing to do with me." "Speaking of those vessels, how is your construction going?" "Should be ready in a couple of weeks." "Good. You will ring the bell when you are ready." Yeah. And at this point, you just see the darkspawn turn round, and you hear a "Spread out and find them." And you just watch as this massive wave of darkspawn just run in every direction around you.
I feel like this would be a complete, what's it called? TPK? Is that what I'm thinking? Because, like, if there's several thousand, a couple of thousand of them just swarming over every square inch from where the cart is, we're going to be found and we're going to die.
I am very hoping that we can pass our stealth checks. Because there is
And the thing is, if one of us fails, that's it, we're all dead.
I mean, that's how the dice go.
Yeah.
That's how it goes. That's
You can't
that's just
find that many.
if I mean, I can see Ruth being like, "Run! I will stay here if it's him." that fails it. But yeah, that's just how it's gonna. I don't know what else we can do,
Yeah.
unless there's a sliver of hope that Darkspawn needs us for something, but
I don't think
I
so.
don't. I don't know. I mean, we've never seen a talking Darkspawn before, so that Ruth's kind of taken aback at that.
That's true.
We've never seen a talking
really,
Darkspawn.
what the hell is this?
Yeah.
Trying to think
So-
what's worse, dead or captured. Who knows what might happen?
Yeah. Yeah.
But I guess the best we've got is that, like, in the worst case scenario, they find us, I dispel thorned roots, and we scatter.
Yeah.
And that's probably the only option we've got is to try and divide, split, and just hope that we don't all get
Yep.
got at once.
Just run if we get the if we fail our stealth checks and they find us. Yeah. We'll just see how it goes.
Just fingers crossed.
Well, all around you, they don't seem to be stopping in the bushes you're in. They seem to be checking, like a good chunk of them have just ran further along the road.
Well, they
Some
assumed
of-
we ran away, maybe.
Some of them are
That could be to our
examining
advantage.
the piles of shrapnel left from from tearing apart the barricade. After about another hour or so, most of them seem to return, and you see most of them just begin to begrudgingly walk their way back the road that you were going to travel, that they came from. And it gets
I guess
quieter
we're
and
not going that
quieter.
way, then.
There's about maybe there's maybe about 50 left, sort of wandering around. So
50.
most of the massive wave have seemed to have disbanded, including the large one with the club.
I can imagine that after an
Fucking
hour
dogs.
of being in
What the
this
heck?
Thorn Roots dome, we are sweaty and in a
Yeah,
terrible
gross.
state.
Yep. We're probably keeping an eye through the little gaps, what's going on. Ruth is gonna be like, all right. Before I was merciful, now I say let's burn the fucking village to the ground.
Yes, that guy's got it coming to him.
He did say there were boats, or at
Exactly.
least partially constructed boats.
Or
All right.
a construction of something. But yes, the idea that there could be a lot of boats that they're making for the Darkspawn has me concerned. And
Could use
honestly,
something,
honestly, I think we should quietly and quickly as possible make our way to the docks and see what it is, and then burn them all to hell.
though. Or, borrow them.
No,
I'm
no.
not in any-
No. Borrow one. I'm meaning
I'm
burn the
not-
rest of them to hell.
Yes.
I'm not in any way advocating for the theft of vehicles here. I
It's
take
not
my job
theft.
seriously.
It's not theft. It is it's
Grey Warden business
Grey
is what
Warden
it is.
business. It gives us the authority to use resources, people, and anything means by which to defeat the Darkspawn. And
See.
by stealing a boat that we can use to get ourselves out of here, and by burning the rest of them, we'll no doubt stop a potential Darkspawn invasion.
I see. Well, in that case, it's all right then.
Yep. I knew you would agree, William, once I explained it to you.
I can be a very reasonable chap.
Exactly. Drew's just gonna offer his hand. Let's just shake on it.
Alright, so after again another about hour or so, most of the Darkspawn that were waiting around seem to have the bell has stopped and most of the Darkspawn seem to have disbanded. There's maybe 2 or 3 wandering around now rather than the huge wave there was before. And you watch as Wraith, exhausted now, stops casting his roots.
His poor
Yes.
arms must be absolutely.
It's been like this for the whole time.
Oh my god! I bet you, no doubt, that Ruth has probably like cut up an apple and been like feeding it to you when you get hungry. Like, do you want a piece? I'm really sorry, Ruth. Here you go.
Yeah, it would have
You're doing
like,
well.
you'd have seen this strain starting with like a single bead of sweat, but by the end he's just dripping like head to toe, just sweating. oh, thank God that's over.
Yes, take a breather, take a rest.
Yes, let's get some of that sea air. Oh.
Right. So, at this point, you just hear Manny going, "So, what's going on?"
Manny, I'm afraid we're probably going to lose the cart.
All right.
How is your seafaring skills?
Well, I can see quite far.
No, on the water. I mean, like boats.
Oh, I've never really looked for boats, if I'm honest. I mean, I've never really looked out to sea.
No, have you ever? Never mind. I'm going answering my own bloody question.
Oh, all right then.
But Manny, we're gonna have to leave the cart behind, I'm afraid, and take what we can, and God damn it, we're gonna have to leave the tub. Fuck. We're gonna have to take a boat instead. But I have to press that this is very dangerous. All right, and we have to be very quiet.
Right. Okay. So, you wanted me to bring Robin?
Yes, I want you to look after Robin, make sure he stays asleep.
He's getting a bit of a belly now because he's not really doing much. He's sort of sleeping all day, but he's becoming quite rotund.
Perhaps we should dispel the sleep just for now. He has been asleep for, what is it, weeks now? I'm not sure of the effects on the mind, if I'm honest.
I don't know if now is a good time, considering there are so many dogs spawn around.
Well, Manny, did you think you're going to be able to manage him?
Well, as I said, he's getting a bit round.
I think we should wake him up, and so he can experience the real world for once instead of living in a namby-pamby dream world.
I'd rather be able to get out of here alive.
Nonsense. He'll be
It's
a
a good
good
idea
chap.
right now.
He'll see what the world's really like, and then he'll be a bit more grateful for what he's given.
I appreciate the risks, but really we do need everybody on their feet and ready to go. If nothing
Alright.
else, well, he could be a distraction in the worst case.
If he puts any of us in danger, I'm going to trip him up.
That's fair. I think we've given
Because-
him every chance, and, well,
I feel like we should at least let him know that fact after we wake him up. But otherwise, yes, I'm inclined to agree.
I will let you guys explain it to him. I will I will give him the antidote to the spell, to the potion, and then. All right.
Okay. So you wake Robin up. Over the course of the next 20 minutes, he goes from to, why does it smell like this? He sort of looks at Ruth and goes, did you cause it to smell like this?
What?
Ruth's muted at the moment. I think goes, doesn't smell right. Why does this is where are we?
well, we're back
Well,
in Ferelden.
That's gonna wake him up.
He sort of looks at you quite confused and looks down at himself and looks back at you and he goes, am I a child again?
No.
Still
No.
an idiot, though, by all appearances.
You seem a little confused. No, you're not a child. You're still. Oh, what was it, Robin last we were calling you? I can't even. All the names we've come up.
Robin
with,
Last. That's a great name. I like that. Robin Last.
You do remember who you are, yes?
He looks at you blankly and goes, I'm Robin.
Okay, looking round at the others, and with a bit of a confused but kind of like, okay, I think I've got an idea here. Yes, you're Robin, and you're a very brave warrior. You've been helping us. You've had a very long sleep after a big bonk on the head. Well, we need to get down to these docks. Are you ready to go, man?
Yeah, yes, I'm a brave warrior. Sort of looks quite chuffed for himself and goes, so, what do I use?
What have we got? Anybody? Have you got any of those knives left? Ruth?
Oh, I'm just gonna look around for Judy and be like, "Are you sure that's a wise idea?" I'm sure we've got something. We've got your sword and stuff in the cart, I'm sure. So we'll just get your things.
And so the Darkspawn didn't have them.
I'm sure he'll do. I don't see them take anything, but we've got plenty of things in the cart that he can take.
Yes, let's see what we've got in the cart for you.
Alright, so you walk back over to the cart and you start going through to find his things. At this point, Robin's looking at the cart going, I remember this place.
I'm not surprised. You've spent a long time recovering in it. We had to keep you safe somehow.
He sort of looks around and goes, this reminds me of my sister's house.
Your sister's house?
Yes, my sister's house.
Didn't even know you had a sister, but alright.
Yes.
Yes, she doesn't want anything to do with me. Why do I remember my sister?
I'm not sure. I didn't even know you had a sister.
He seems to be like having a... He seems to be having a proper like fight with his brain, like he can't remember things and it's beginning to get to him.
It's alright. You've just woken up. It'll take a few days, I'm sure. I'm sure everything will come back.
Yes, hack a few Darkspawn down and it'll come flooding back, I'm sure. Let's get you back on track and with a weapon in hand.
Yeah.
And try and steer him back towards
Warrior. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
We've got to be very careful, but if you see a darkspawn or a ghoul, just swing away.
I'm gonna take one of you aside and be like, why did you say you were put him to sleep again?
He's a bit of a liability, to be honest with you, but seems like maybe all this talk of bravery and what have you seems to be rubbing off, so shh, keep stum.
Positive thinking.
I see.
I need all the positive thinking to get out of this situation, so...
I will admit, it is a bit of a sticky situation.
Yeah, so we need everybody's heads on. Right. Let's take what we can.
As you climb down from the cart to say this, the guy in the hood is just standing there going, yeah, it is quite a dire situation, yeah.
Can someone immediately stab him?
I'm gonna put him at halberd point, please.
Okay. You have a halberd pointed at his face. He just looks blankly at it and then just goes,
Why did you call the darkspawn?
well, maybe I'll get this over with quicker.
Get what over with?
He just blinks at you and then just gestures to himself and then just looks back at you.
William, I don't think there's anything worth
It's a sad time indeed when a man can't trust his own mind.
I mean, it could be worse. It could be my wife, man. She's down in the caverns below.
Yeesh.
Oh, as in like a brood mother?
I don't want to know, man.
Oh yeah, yeah, oh yeah.
Grim.
Very grim. Very, very grim.
He just blinks at you and goes, so, yeah.
I don't know about you, Wraith, but this just makes me want to burn this place faster.
Yes, I feel there's nothing to be done for this man. As
He's
much
dead
as I love to
anyway.
do it like this, William, quickly, end him.
Put
Do you have any final words, monsieur? Actually, no, hang on. Do you have any final words, monsieur? I don't feel like he'd pronounce it.
What does Monsieur mean?
It's just something to say, I think.
Quickly, do it.
Stop! Put
Alright,
him out of his misery, William.
I would like to take a measured swipe with the halberd and attempt to decapitate him.
Alright, roll.
I don't want to cock it up too much, so I'm taking my time with it, you know. Dice rolling. Is that strength or dex?
If it's measured, it would be dex.
Okay. Dot d20 plus 4. 19. Okay, good.
You decapitate him, his head rolls to the side, like very thick black blood sprays everywhere.
I'm
Yeah.
lucky. I'm lucky. I'm using a halberd then, because.
Yeah, far away from that spray.
How long is a halberd anyway? Like a couple meters, maybe? Longer?
About 2 usually at most, maybe 3.
Yeah,
Yeah, two and a
about
bit.
2, I would.
Yeah.
I think
Anyway,
if I remember,
doesn't
they're
really
about 2 and a
matter,
bit, yeah.
It doesn't really matter anyway, I suppose.
You're far enough away from the spray.
Yeah.
Alright. So you.
I'd like to take a moment. I would like to take a moment, just silent contemplation.
And then raid his pockets.
What? You can't do that.
He's not going to. He might have keys that we can get into places that we
Oh.
can burn it faster.
Oh, okay. Well, all right then. Fine. That makes sense.
Alright. You loot his pockets?
Yes.
Okay. Who's looting the pockets, just so I know?
Ruth will.
Okay.
All right, yeah, go for it.
Alright.
Cares
Do
for
me,
that blood.
do me a. Roll me 3d20, just no buffs, just 3d20.
no.
See what you find.
Oh no, that is not a D.
Double natural 20. Okay. You put your you sort of raid through his pockets. You find a set of keys. You find a very scrunched up piece of paper, and you find something wrapped up in a piece of silk cloth that seems to be pulsing quite strongly.
Oh no, don't like the sound of that. Can I read the crumpled piece of paper first?
Mm-hmm. You open it up. It's written in a very thick, frilled text, and it basically just seems to be a love letter from his wife.
Oh, that's sweet. Toss it.
That was much.
Sorry, mate. Sorry, mate. The keys I will hand over to Wraith to have a look at. See, and the pulsing thing wrapped in silk.
It's quite a large. It's like about maybe 15-20 centimeters long,
Oh, so it's quite
wrapped in a
big.
very deep purple satin kind of thing.
So
That's a heart, isn't it?
I don't think so. I'm gonna put a pair of gloves on he's probably wearing gloves already. It's just gonna like unwrap a corner of it to see is it red lyrium.
Top corner, middle, like which of the 4 cardinal directions are you? Which part are you unwrapping?
Let's go east.
East. Okay, so you open it up. You open that side. You see a metal tempered blade with a very sturdy handle on it, and all along the sort of dagger blade itself is a blur of like very deep red runes.
Red runes, so not lyrium. Okay.
But as you sort of look at it, it pulses like lyrium would.
Ooh.
Is it etched with red lyrium then?
Etched with red lyrium. Okay.
Oh, looks like another one of those dangerous lyrium artifacts. Best to throw that thing into the sea, I would have thought.
But that'll just encourage them to try and get it back. The best thing to do is destroy it, but... I mean, we could probably... If we're setting this place ablaze... We could make this the catalyst.
Well, thinking back on the times when we've blown up red lyrium in the past, I think that could well work and make short work of this little village down here.
It would take care.
Is that like that big underground place we saw?
Yes, this red lyrium is very, very dangerous and very volatile. It affects the mind, it affects magic, it affects everything around it negatively. It's best not to be in this world. It's best to be destroyed. So...
Noted.
And this village needs to be destroyed because of the infection. And if they're building boats for the Darkspawn, then... Yes. Destroying this and destroying all of this together would be... a good blow. Let's just make sure we're far away from it when it goes off.
Yeah, that's probably wise.
I imagine since we have keys, we should... How much alcohol does Ruth have in the cart?
Do you need to ask?
Probably a lot.
About quite a large crate of it, at least.
Okay. I'm...
This collection has been ongoing.
Yeah, Ruth's gonna suggest that he's willing to sacrifice his stash of alcohol to create... basically go through every building and then just like a trail of alcohol all the way through.
I like it.
And then like make the sword and that. If we find some barrels, I'm sure there'll be barrels of gunpowder or flammable stuff around, we can have ourselves a nice bonfire. Does that sound like a plan?
Yep, sounds good to me.
We have keys, we have alcohol. Let's go
them
make
together.
dominoes.
Alright. So you head down towards the village. As soon as you get into the village itself, it seems deserted. A lot of the doors just hanging off. A lot of the buildings look like they've seen better days, but as you look into the first one, you just see bloodstains and drag marks. Just very old bloodstains and drag marks just everywhere.
Yeah, so
Right.
they've either been dragged off and killed, or they've been turned to, or they've like been around the Darkspawn so much that they've become ghouls.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
In the building closest to the docks, you see a massive, some sort of almost like a barge. It's been like
Could we fit the
mostly
car-
built.
Could we fit the cart on it?
Yes. It's probably about the right size you can fit the cart on it.
Oh,
You're not. No. Surely not.
Well, it would be nice to have a cart for wherever we get off.
and we still have we're only able to carry so much on us. It would make sense if we can get the cart on the barge. And then I wouldn't feel so sorry for Manny. For Manny.
Could we have given Manny and Robin the task of clearing the barricade while we go down into the village and start, like, scouting out and beginning this process of, like, laying the
Yeah, if that's what you want to do.
Yeah, and them just to be as careful as possible. Very aware.
Do be careful, because there may be other ghouls in the town. In fact, there's almost certainly other ghouls in the town. So be aware.
Anyone who comes, I'm afraid a swift death is the best thing that you could give.
Yep. I think Wraith will be holding his staff and kind of scanning window to window as they're passing through, keeping an eye out.
Yeah. I'm just going to be rolling.
Rolling.
I'm going to be, like, taking a bottle and just, like, dribbling along a path of alcohol through the buildings.
Okay.
Over the windows and
as
stuff.
As you look at it, there's one building that still has the door closed.
I'm gonna douse it in alcohol first before we go in.
Well, in case you need to make a swift exit.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to fish those keys out and try them on the door. Or locate the door and see if it's locked first, I guess.
Does the door open outwards or inwards?
It opens outwards.
Okay, so we can Wraith can pull back and we can just be ready for anything jumping out. Okay.
As you open the door, you hear the sound of metal meeting metal. Fuck was that?
That was Tom.
To be screeching metal.
No, it's more like blacksmith work.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
And as you
So in a
look,
consistent kind of rhythm, like the blacksmith working.
and as you look into the middle, there seems to be several barrels off to one side that pulse with quite strong magic. And in the middle, you see a dwarf with like patchy hair, thick black patchy hair, continually working on what looks like a large pile of weapons.
That screams ghoul.
Yep.
Yep.
Pointing at it and just be, it's another ghoul. Let's get some of that alcohol through the door and then close it again. And then we can set the fire and trap him.
Yep. Give some alcohol, put it through. Smash the bottle on the ground and then just let it trickle through.
If you're smashing it, then I'm quickly closing the door afterwards. And then we should back up and they'll be like, oh, quickly, before he comes out, set it off.
Okay. So
Light it.
you smash the bottle, you light it, there's a whooshing sound. How far away are you from this building, just so I know?
We are running.
Backing up as we're coming away from this.
Alright. As you run away, there's a massive explosion. Massive explosion, like the whole ground is like earthquaking, massive explosion.
Were those barrels... Did they have that lyrium gunpowder stuff, maybe?
It seems like.
Yes.
Probably. I don't want to throw the sword that we have, or dagger that we have yet, until we get on the barge. Are we all on the barge? Are we all heading towards the barge?
Well, at this point, how much of that was one building that we've kind of
That
blown
one
up,
building, okay.
and I suppose there was enough of an alcohol trail that is that now like spreading out.
The whole the village is now
imagine so.
completely on fire.
Right.
We
That
should
is.
go and collect Manny and
Yep.
Robin then.
Yep. Let's
Time
go.
to go.
Time to go. On the barge.
I assume you've reattached the horses to the cart.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, the one horse. Juniper is
So
hiding.
you run the cart down the hill. It fits on the barge. The barge has still got a couple of holes in it.
We are going to.
Oh dear.
We forgot to check the barge.
Panic? Do I guess... Am I there yet?
Yeah, yes, you're there.
Okay, I guess I'm gonna start bailing. Do I have a helmet? Or am I still wearing that beret? No, I do have my helmet.
You do have your helmet.
So I'm gonna grab that and start bailing. I'm gonna be muttering about rust while I do so.
How many holes are there?
There's quite a few. It definitely wouldn't have been properly seaworthy.
Are they
Okay.
in such a position that we could apply some ice and not necessarily permanently patch them, but block them up in such a way where that will just stem the water, it'll make it seaworthy.
Yes, you could
We
do
might
that.
have to maintain the ice, but that's something.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
like the idea that you plug up all but one, and then we work on fixing one with some spare wood. Some
Yeah,
sort of decking
yeah,
or something.
roots. Yeah, I
One
mean,
at
we
a
can
time.
easily. Yeah, I mean, we can easily take like a door off the car or part of the car off, and like some of the planks from the floor or something to like patch up as we go. But now everything is on fire, so we kind of need to leave.
Yeah. So
So
as
I'm
you
all for the ice idea.
as you drag this barge to the edge and get in and start working your ice magic, you feel the ground beneath your feet begin to rumble again.
Oh
Uh-oh.
God.
Here we go.
Rob, I'm putting like Robin and Manny to work by like hastily patching up and the holes. Like you do this, you do this. I'm gonna help Wraith sustain the ice spell while you guys
I'm
fix
bailing.
the holes in the ship.
Those two are nailing bits of wood over the holes. Even if it's imperfect, it will stem the flow, won't it?
Yeah,
Even if it's like a little leak, you just get someone on bilge duty all the time.
yeah.
Yep.
We can cork it as once we know we're not gonna sink.
Yep. So you head off onto the water. As you get about 3 or 4 meters away from the shore, you see the wave of darkspawn coming over the hill and down towards the village.
Okay. Who has the best throwing arm? I'm gonna give you the wrapped up dagger to launch into the fire.
Would that be me? With
Probably
Dex?
William of all the
Shoot
people
that.
who can roll.
Probably William. William, make it into the fire, please. Lob it.
I
Give
will
it your
do
best
my.
swing.
I will do my very best. It's .d20 plus 4. That's a 22. Baby.
Nice.
You hurl the dagger through the air. It sinks into the head of a darkspawn as he stumbles back into one of the burning buildings.
Yes.
Whoa.
Nice.
Very nice.
And as you get further and further away, a couple of arrows try and fly after you and catch the edge of the boat, but they don't seem to do much more than that.
Mm-mm.
So you are now in this small sort of the smaller sort of like sea section, the section of the sea,
Bay,
and you
harbour.
can go to. Actually, you know what? We'll do that next week. Decide. I'll have a couple of suggestions for you where you can go next week, and we'll go from there. So yes,
Yeah, because
Are we just out of the harbour then?
you're
as it
just
were?
out of the harbour, and there's a couple of places you could go. But,
yeah, I
we'll-
was gonna say.
When you say it's a barge, are we talking like, a canal boat, or are we talking like a coal barge?
For want of a better term, like a landing barge, basically kind of like a skip.
Right. Okay. Does it have at least a sail? 'Cause otherwise we're going to get very tired rowing.
It doesn't seem to have a sail. No, it just has
Oh damn.
spaces at
Okay.
the side with a couple of oars.
But is our cart one that has one of those like canvas tops, like
I think it's wood.
like the 18?
I don't actually know.
I think it's
Like, you
solid.
know,
I think your
Oregon
cart.
Trail.
Established really the exact shape and
I think your cart was
configuration
solid
of the car.
wood, as far as I remember.
Damn.
Because
Okay.
it was that fancy cart. It's a fancy.
was,
It's that
yeah.
fancy cart with all the scroll work and everything on it. So I always assumed it was a wooden one.
Dang it! I was hoping it would be like one of those Oregon Trail ones.
I'm
Then
sure
we
we've probably got canvas.
Yeah,
as
but I
like
bet it's not very much.
yeah, but as in like when we camp and stuff, I imagine we've got like a canvas that we can pull out that for shelter, like to attach onto the side of the
I
cart.
guess The dice will have to tell us next time whether we do or don't.
Mm.
Oh no!
You've got 2 mages as well. We can do
That's true.
something.
Yeah, we can figure something out.
Yeah.
Maybe if you thorned roots in a straight wall, that can function like a sort of sail.
All right. Well,
Make them flower.
that'll be for next week to decide what we do with that.
Oh
Um,
jeez.
But yes, for now, I think we've already done. If anyone got anything else to add, but just one last time, does anyone got anything else to add?
How's Robin?
Robin is very confused, and as the more you sort of go on the sea, the more he kind of looks a faint shade of green.
That's unfortunate for him. How about Manny? Is he alright on the sea?
Manny's totally fine. He's still sort of staring out to sea and going like, there's a land
Manny-
over there, but I don't know if we want to go there.
Manny's completely bomb-proof. The amount of stuff that poor man has been through, and he's not batted an eyelid. He's completely bomb-proof.
It does raise some slightly concerning questions, I will say.
About what?
Such as, are we dragging a mentally challenged man around the continent in extremely dangerous situations without him fully comprehending the dangers?
He's just a Forrest Gump level savant. He's perfectly
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
All right. Well, on that note, then
Are
we'll
we the
wind up.
baddies?
We're always the baddies.
Yes.
We're
We'll be
always
baddies.
the morally grey characters, I'll give you that much. I don't think we're always the baddies.
All right.
Frequently, perhaps, but
So
especially
yes,
when with some of us.
Yes, our next streams will be tomorrow night. Should be me and Barry playing Saints Row 4. Tuesday, I believe, is Everlasting week this week.
No, it's yes.
Yep.
Yes,
No?
yes. I think it's this week.
Yes.
So that should be on Tuesday. After that, it'll be me doing indie horror. Wednesday will be in. If Seth gets back and tells me which day suits, it'll either be Green Hell or it will be Lethal Company. Thursday will be indie horror. Friday will be the other one, either Green Hell or Lethal Company. And then next Sunday will be more Dark Tide. So that's us for streams for the week. So yes, there's no me no on, and we only have one viewer, so I'm just gonna wind up rather than waiting, because I don't see the point in waiting when it's just me. Feels kind of weird. But yes, thank you everyone for watching along. We'll catch you next time. Till then, take care. Good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.